I'll be doing frequent saves throughout this just because gotta make sure in case we die, nothing stupid happens, you know? Or if we die, I don't want to have to like go back a long ways. Oh, what the? Let's test out our melee weapon here. Oh, okay, okay. I'm just more skilled than you though, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know what you are. Holy crap. This person got... These people got destroyed. I think someone's firing at us. Aha! Okay. Potential problem avoided there. I love the artwork on this game, like the visual, it's very visually pleasing. At least I think it is.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
You don't want to know. Like, it's a long story, bro.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Okay. No, we're gonna keep our real name. I don't want to tell people I'm Hawthorne, then confuse everyone.
You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Okay.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Bit of a freelancer, you could say.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see. 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Oh, we gotta rough someone up. Okay.
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be
Plague?
wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose.
Every now and again.
A body grows accustomed.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1. All my life?
Oh, God.
Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees. Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Alright, so these marauders, as we've encountered so far, are not the most friendly people. And it looks like it's starting to get dark on here, and we don't want to be out there in the wild with those people. So, let's head into Edgewater. Let's see what this town is like. It looks friendly and inviting from out here. I mean, look at that. Look at that face right there. Does that not look inviting to you? I mean, come on. Alright, I gotta be careful how I deal with these people, because I don't want to have the a whole town mad at me just yet. Like, we gotta at least build to that before we make a lot of enemies, you know? Edgewater discovered. Okay. Here is our lovely town. Actually, it doesn't look that lovely, but don't want to let them know that. Not 100% sure which mission I'm doing at the moment. I know I'm like, find a power regulator. Let's collect our gravesite fees. And here we go. Barbershop. Let's do some of our side quests, you know? Yikes. Business does not look like it's booming for this dude. He's got no customers, and I don't know. Just doesn't look very...
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
Okay,
Physical
calm
hygiene
down.
Recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Relax, I'm clean.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague.
Hey, we got no corona
Conrad.
here, my
You will
friend.
report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
I don't know about that.
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect.
Scientism? Is that
You'll
a religion?
find him in our local church, probably
Yep.
neglecting his duties. He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
Okay.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
Alright. Spit it out.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute.
Alright, see, I was right. His
I
business
simply
is
cannot
not doing
afford
very
it.
well at the moment.
I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Damn.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Well then.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Give him a free haircut or shave. I don't know.
Much obliged.
Alright, well. He isn't paying, obviously.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, okay. I'm not chancing it. I don't want to be catching whatever these dudes have. I don't exactly have a mask at the moment. Yeah, just no.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Alright. This is the dude they said was going to be tough, or like stubborn.
Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Oh, God.
And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile.
This is my own
There's
private
the door.
domicile, and I will not be harassed.
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Oh, God. I shouldn't do this. This is only going to make him more paranoid, but let's do it.
Like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that.
Damn.
I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see your way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Okay, okay.
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Okay.
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Oh, joy. More marauders. Alright.
I know that. But I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
Alright. Well, we at least got this dude to pay
You're
up.
making a mistake working for Abernathy.
What the hell are you?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine.
And why not?
Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Okay.
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Hey, I don't care. It's not like I'm part of any of these factions or anything. I'm my own guy.
Alright. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
That's all I can ask of you.
Alright, well, I think we might take her up on that offer because if she's gonna offer more money, might as well take the money, you know? Ooh, can we hunt? Can we go bounty hunting? See, I can't remember all of, like, the details. We can go bounty hunting, that'll be a lot of fun. Space of choice. Destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, vandalism, and unlicensed practice of medicine. Oh, wow. Okay. Damn. Alright, let's see what this person did. Destruction of company property. Sounds like similar stuff. And then this person. Alright.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
You know, I'm always down to be hunting some bad guys.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please.
Their fingers?
Dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Okay.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Dale serves Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
Well, as you see, I'm kind of an outsider, so...
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? You're correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
If we're gonna rat him out, I think we should do it later, not here at the beginning, you know? Don't want to tip him off just yet. You can definitely see some Fallout vibes in this, like the way the towns are structured and everything. You probably hear me reference that a lot, and it's just because I really love Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. And I'll probably be streaming some of those at some point. But, first things first, we're going to jump through this. Who's this person? Looks like a marauder for a second. I was like, hold up, we got some bad guys up in here, in this town?
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Salt tuna. Huh. Alright, well, we've collected our stuff from a couple of people. Ludwig is by the landing pad. Phyllis, she works as a supervisor in the Edgewater cannery. Alright, so it looks like she's probably in this place from the looks of things. Just take you to the Edgewater cannery. Okay, here we go. Here's Phyllis.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Well, thank you.
Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Wait, I thought Spacer's Choice was...
Eugene wasn't family.
What you just said?
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so
okay.
I pay the fines.
So they're
Suicide's
talking
a crime.
literal sense here.
The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Oh, wow. Okay.
First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly,
shouldn't
yes,
have said that.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire
that was
town
bad.
pays for it.
I'm sorry.
In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Well then. Alright. I'm curious what some of these buttons do. Okay, apparently nothing. Alright, well we collected these gravesite fees. We've done all of them except for the dude by the landing pad. We'll do his here in a little. I think I have a mission here. So, well that we have to collect these dudes' fingers. If I remember correctly, this part is here. Yep. I'm assuming this is Eugene's stuff.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans
Explain
bust
it like
open in
I'm
the
5.
oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
What are you putting in the cans? Yeah. Don't mind the gun.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish
Took you long enough to realize I was standing here in the room. She recognized me right away.
Warning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Hey, I wear my own uniform, okay? Thank you very much.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him.
Good God.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered.
What do you mean mostly abandoned?
Plant, reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Yeah,
I was not entirely
I have
sure
some questions here.
The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Yeah, let's bring her along.
I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Parvati seems like she wanted to get out of here, and I'll help her. I mean, I'm gladly... What we got here? Gained a companion. If I remember correctly, you could have up to 2 at a time. Alright. Well, we got ourselves our first companion. I like that you get one early on in the game like this. Always good to have someone when you're out here wandering. Sometimes you get a little lonely. It's good to have that other person with you, you know? Also back up in a fight. Alright, let's have a little...
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Okay, okay.
Hey,
Understandable.
mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Okay, we literally...
Got a sec?
I literally just tried to talk. Okay, okay.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but... That's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
Lord.
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if he can get out to her. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, mister.
Okay.
I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Alright. You see, I just kind of act on impulse sometimes, so yeah, it probably is a good idea to weigh the good and the bad. And that's, I mean, don't get me wrong, I usually weigh the good and bad in a normal real world scenario, but in video games, sometimes I just kind of act without thinking.